Hello everyone and welcome. In today's session, we will be focusing on Pandas, one of the most essential tools for data engineering in Python. Whenever we work with data, the very first step is making sure it's organized and ready to use. Think of it like cleaning and sorting ingredients before cooking. If the data is messy, nothing else will turn out right. And as you can see here, I'm already in my code editor, Visual Studio Code. And as this is a very beginner friendly tutorial, I'm now going to go through all of the processes that you have to do to get yourself VS Code and Python and install the required libraries. So let's get going. The first thing that we will need to do definitely is to download Python. So you should open your browser and in there you should type in, like here, Python download. You click on the first link, you hover over downloads and you download it. Basically, I am on Windows, I'm going to download it for Windows. This is the latest version of Python. And as you see, it is getting downloaded. Now, we will have to download VS Code as well. And you just need to type in VS Code download and click on the first link here. Now you just need to choose whether you're on Mac, Linux or Windows. I'm on Windows, so I'm going to click on the Windows tab. And it started downloading Visual Studio Code for me. So the install process is pretty straightforward. You install it, you turn it on and you're good to go. Let's now go back to my code editor. So we are here right now. You should be able to open your code editor. And the first thing that we should do before we start anything else is to create our virtual environment. So we click on the three dots here, terminal, new terminal. I prefer using command prompt and I'm going to close the PowerShell. And there are a few things here that we need to do. First, let's type in Python and version just to make sure that, okay, we have Python here. We're clearing that out and we're going to use two commands. The first of them, Python m venv. This will create our virtual environment. As you can see here, we have that folder on the left, v. Now let's just wait a little bit for the terminal to load up before we put in the next command. And let me just prepare it right here. Alright, the second command is to activate that virtual environment. So it will be the path to that folder, so v scripts activate.bat. When you see here, when we click on venv, we have scripts and activate.bat. This is for Windows, and this will activate our virtual environment. We click it, and as you can see, when we have v here, we have our virtual environment connected. And now, we should install the Pandas library. We type in pip install pandas. We click on enter. And now it should start downloading the entire package. And you just have to wait for it. Alright, so now that as our library, the Pandas library has successfully installed, let's do all other things. Let us start by first, let us just create a new terminal here, a new command prompt terminal. Okay, great. On the left side, let's create a new file. It will be pandas part, let's say .py. Okay, so this will be our pandas file that we're going to use for this first video tutorial. I have already copied some code snippet Let me paste it now. Let's just move that down a little bit. Okay, great. Now, okay, that's great. So now as you see here, we will use series and data frame. So let's first understand what is what. So a Pandas series is a one-dimensional labeled array that can hold data of any type, numbers, strings, or even Python objects. Think of it like a single column of a table, but with labels, called indices. The thing here is that all elements here are of the same type, or object type, if they're mixed. And so the data is homogeneous. So let's now first comment that section, right? Let's save the file and let us here use Python. So we're going to execute it from the terminal and let's see how it will go. Okay, as you can see here, it shows data type, integer, and from indices 0 to the second index, it shows us our data. We can add here, let's say the number 10. When we paste the same thing, oops, I forgot to save it. I save it, then it showed the number 10 here. We can also make the indexes to be custom, like we can put in here for A, B, C, D. We save it, it's very important. And you can see here how at first it was 0, 1, 2, 3, now it is A, B, C, and D. We can also like place a name here, which random name, let's make it like that. Let's see how it will go. Okay, so it's still the indices, the values, the name, random name, and the data type. So as you know, as you see, it can be without a name. But I want to show something interesting. When you have the indices, but they are not the exact same number as the values, let's see what happens. It gives us an error. A value error, length of values 4 does not match length of index 3. What if we just remove that and we have 3, we have A, B, C as index and 120 and 15 as values. Let's see how this will go. Okay, so we have value error, length of values does not match length of index. So as you see here, it will have to be the exact number for series and for index. Like it will have to be the exact value, the exact amount of values with the exact amount of indices for the series to work. Now also something that is at least can be interesting. We have the lock functionality, which allows you to access a certain data value from its own index. We're now going to use it for this one. That's it. Okay, it printed 120. So we have the prices, which is the series that is created, and we go to the index that is with an A, and we get the value, which in this case is 120. That's how the thing with the indexes work. And those are the basic stuffs for a series, the absolute basic stuff for series. Let's now take a look into the data frame. So let me just comment all of that. Let me clear that real quick. And let me just explain to you what's going on. So like a Pandas data frame is a two-dimensional table-like data structure in Python that organizes data into labeled rows and columns. It is similar to an Excel spreadsheet or a SQL table. So let's print our data frame. Okay, and as you can see here, we have the product, here from products, the price and the currency as if they're a table. So we are using a dictionary here. And the data frame we created by using this data. If we try to add something, let's say another product, let's see if it will allow us to do it. No, it didn't. It says that all arrays must be of the same length. But if we do that, and let's say once more USD. Oops, now we have it. The other row. So those are the basic differences of the series and data frames. The series is usually used as building blocks for data frames. Let us now also try and use the lock option. The first thing that we would want to do, but before that, we have three options. Let's see if we can do an index. So index A, B, and C here. And let's just try and print it that way. We save it and to try and print it. And as you see here, the same as the series, it gave us the table, but the index is A, B, and C. If we go with one more index, for example, a D, and we try and run it, it will once again gives us an error, the same value error, length of values does not match the length of index. So, what we can do here, we can, and that's the difference, that is because of the data frame, and that it is a two-dimensional rather than the series, which is one-dimensional. We can click on the data frame, we can see .lock, and here we can choose, let's say, index A, and also let me just show you this. It will only give us product, price, and currency for the index A, which is like that. It will give us gold 120 USD with the name and data type. But if we want to be much more specific, we can type in product here. What product is this all about? We save it and we run it. Here it just gave us gold. So because it is two-dimensional, we can first select the first index, which is A, which will give us gold 120 and USD as it was showed here. And then the second one, we can choose only product, which will give us gold. Let's try it with price, Control save, run it once again, and just gave us 120. If we do it with currency, Control save, once again run it, USD. So that's it for today's introduction to Pandas series and data frames. Keep experimenting with your own data, and soon you'll feel confident handling tables in Python. Thanks for watching, and see you in the next video.